last time on Dragon Ball Z SH Figure Art Reviews, we had a look at the Vegito figure. Now we're gonna take a look at the reissue Super Saiyan Gohan figure. Find out what happens today. So, what is going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Just got this figure in the mail the other day when I got my Vegito and Sentinel Iron Man figure. Gotta give a big thank you to my buddy Alex Blast from AgelessGeeks.com for hooking me up with this figure. So if you would like to get your reissue Gohan figure, head over to AgelessGeeks.com to get yours today. But I am really happy Tamashii Nations finally reissued this Gohan figure for us because the price of him was just getting insane. He was in such high demand for a reissue, and Tamashii Nations finally hooked us up, which I'm really glad they did. Hopefully we get a couple more reissues. Knowing Tamashii Nations, eventually they will. But anyway, let's get into the packaging, then we will get into the figure review. But Gohan comes in the basic Dragon Ball Z Figure Arts packaging right here. You got the white and purple coloring going on. It says SH Figure Arts Super Saiyan Son Gohan. You got the Dragon Ball Z sticker, Funimation Morning blah blah, then Tamashii Nations Bandai Toei Animation sticker. The bottom of it is the barcode Morning blah blah, then the top of it is, the SH Figure Arts Super Saiyan Son Gohan. Then the side of it says the same thing. You get a cool picture of Gohan doing the Kamehameha. Then the other side of it, you get that really cool image of the figure, which I think looks really badass with all the Deep Z Figure Arts packaging. Then the back of it says SH Figure Arts, Simple Style and Heroic Action. You get a bunch of cool poses you can get Gohan into, and then you get the two different hair sculpts with the regular Super Saiyan and then the Super Saiyan 2, which looks pretty cool. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get into the figure review. Alrighty, so starting off with the accessories first, Gohan comes with a decent amount of accessories. You got the two different hair sculpts right there, the regular Super Saiyan and the Super Saiyan 2, 6 interchangeable faces, 6 interchangeable hands, and then the cape right here. We'll take a look at this first. But it's sculpted or molded nicely. Got all the wrinkles all throughout it and everything. Looks really cool. Very similar to Piccolo's, just a miniature one. Then you get like a green type shading, it looks like a greenish color. But it looks pretty cool. And it's really easy to just put on Gohan. I'll show you really quickly. You just pop his head off like that. And you slide the cape on. And then pop the head back on, and there you go. Very simple. But that's pretty cool accessories included with. You get that one right there. And then he also comes with 6 interchangeable hands. You get a pair of fists right here, which are sculpted nicely, and then they have paint shading on them as well. You can't really see the paint shading on them. Once you have them in person, you'll be able to see it a little better. But there is paint shading on each of the interchangeable hands, so you get a pair of those right there. You also get a pair of the Kamehameha Hands, and they have shading on them as well. As you can see, like right around this area, right above my finger right there. You can slightly see it on the camera. It's kind of hard to pick it up on the camera. On focus, you bloody bastard. There we go. You see the fingernails on there as well, so that's pretty cool. Did a good job with the sculpt on them. And then also, you get a pair of, I guess, like the martial art type stance hands. That's what I call them. And they do have shading on them as well, so pretty cool. You get these 6 interchangeable hands right there, and then he also comes with 6 interchangeable faces. You get the one that comes on the figure right here, which is the basic Dragon Ball Z Figure Arts face sculpt right there, which looks pretty cool. All the paint on it's nice and clean. You get, I guess, like a shading inside the ear. So pretty cool looking. You get that face sculpt. Then you get the same exact one, but his eyes are looking off to the left. So that's pretty cool. And they all have like shading on them as well, like around the forehead and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then you also get the Happy Gohan face sculpt right here. On focus. Bloody camera. So you get that face sculpt right there, and then you also get, I guess, like the smirking face sculpt, which looks pretty cool. So you get that one. Then you get, I guess, like the screaming, yelling face sculpt, where his eyes are looking off to the left. So that's pretty cool. You get this one as well. And then the last one you get is where his like looks really pissed off, which is probably my favorite face sculpt that comes with Gohan. And then over at the in between, like his eyes, it looks kind of weird the way they painted it, but oh well. So those are all the interchangeable faces, and like I said before, you get 2 different hair sculpts. You get the regular Super Saiyan one, which looks pretty cool. There is like different yellows in there. I mean, you can kind of see it. And you get like a darker yellow in the lines right there, which looks pretty cool. But there is a little bit of there is shading in the hair sculpt, so that's pretty cool that they did that. I don't think I remember it on the original release of this Gohan figure. And to interchange his face, you just take his hair off at the bangs right there, pop his face off, and then there you go. And then the other hair sculpt he comes with is the Super Saiyan 2 one, which is the really badass one. And then you get different shades of yellow in this one as well, so that's pretty cool that they did that. You see the darker yellow and like the lines on his hair also, which is pretty cool. And as well on the back. But you just see different colors of yellow, which is really cool. I'm glad that they did that. I don't really remember that on the original release one. I remember they colored in the lines where the lines were at. But pretty cool that he comes with the 2 different hair sculpts right there. Would have been cool if he came with like with his regular black hair, but oh well, it's cool that they gave us those 2 hair sculpts. Anyway, that is the accessories. Let's move on to some comparisons. So now moving on to comparisons, the Super Saiyan Gohan figure stands at 4 inches tall to the top of his head, but he stands at 5 inches tall to the top of his hair, and then with the other hair sculpt, he stands at 5 inches tall as well to the top of his hair. There he is next to his buddy Krillin, and Krillin stands at 4.5 inches tall. Then over here we have the San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo, and he stands at 6 inches tall. And then here he is next to his father, Super Saiyan Goku, and Goku stands at 6.5 inches tall to the top of his hair. Then over here we have the villain that Gohan defeated, Cell. Cell stands at 6.5 inches tall to the top of whatever the hell those are called. Then over here we have the Broccoli figure, and he stands a little over 9 inches tall. So there's some quick comparisons for you. Anyway, let's move on to the paint and sculpt. Okay, so now moving on to the paint and sculpt. I think Tamashii Nations did a great job with the Gohan figure. Just a little bit of paint bleeding where the wristbands are. There is a problem with the waist joint. It's extremely loose. And then at the biceps, when I swivel his left bicep, his elbow joint seems to pop off very easily for some reason. Show you that right now. When I swivel it, see, it just pops off. And I remember that issue with the San Diego Comic-Con Gohan figure. That's something I really did not like. I remember the original release of this Gohan figure, he never had that problem with his elbow joints popping off, but I remember the San Diego Comic-Con Gohan figure had that problem with every figure. A lot of people complained about it. And then the waist joint right here seems to be very loose for some reason. I don't know why. And then just a little bit of paint bleeding on the wristbands. Not that bad on this side, but then this side there's just paint bleeding going all out on the skin tone right there. So a little bit of sloppiness with the paint bleeding. He does have paint shading on the neck, on the chest, and the arms. So wherever the skin, you see the skin tone, there is paint shading on there. Also on the back of the neck and the back right there as well. You get the red belt piece right there, which looks pretty cool. I love all the wrinkles on the shoulder pieces, on his gi everywhere. You get a little bit of you get like shading on the pants right here. It's a weird color. It's like a gray or an extremely like light purple color. But they do have paint shading on the pants, and then the boots right there, you get a darker brown in the lines right there, so that looks pretty cool. I always thought the boots were pretty cool looking for Gohan and Piccolo. So pretty cool looking right there. It's like all wrinkled at the part around the ankles. You also see his white socks right there, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. I like the way the pants look. Looks pretty awesome. Get the blue wristbands right there. But I mean, the sculpt on the figure, they did a great job. Wherever it's painted, they did an okay job with a little bit of paint bleeding here and there. I just love how they put paint shading on the skin tone as well. And the pants have that weird color paint shading. But other than this waist problem and then the bicep swivel with the elbow popping off, other than those two little problems I have, they did a really great job with the Gohan figure. But anyway, let's move into the articulation and wrap the review up. Alrighty, so for the articulation, Gohan's head is on a ball hinge, and then he has a little bit of articulation at the neck right there, but he could look up that much, which is pretty good. And then he could pretty much look all the way down, so that's also good. You get pivot out of the neck and out of the head as well. You get swivel at the head right there. Then you only get slight swivel at the neck. His neck joint, you don't get that much articulation. You get a little bit out of it, so you get some pretty good head and neck articulation. The waist joint, you can go back about that much, and then forward about that much. You get pivot out of it, and then it swivels as well. These sleeve pieces are on a ball joint, so they could swivel back and forth. You get that cool armpit joint right there. His shoulder can go up about that much, which is pretty good. It goes up and down. It can spin in a full 360. You get bicep swivel right there. You get double jointed elbows that bend in pretty good. The wrist is on a ball hinge, so it could swivel and move back and forth. And then for the legs, you get the Great Tamashii Nation's leg joints where you could pop them out, so you get more articulation out of the legs. So you can kick forward about that much, then goes to the back about that much, and he kicks out to the side about that much. So pretty good. And then you get the swivel right there as well. He has the double jointed knees that bend back pretty good. And then for the ankles, which are on ball joints as well, you get the swivel, go up that much, down about that much, and you get great ankle pivot as well, and then you get the toe articulation. So pretty damn good articulation for the Gohan figure. Even though it's a smaller figure, you still get some really good articulation out of this figure, so that's pretty damn cool. But Tamashii Nations always gives you great articulation with their figures. But overall, I do recommend this figure for your collection. If you collect the Dragon Ball Z Figuarts figures, or you just love the SH Figuarts line, definitely get this Gohan figure. He's only $30 because he was just reissued, and he definitely is worth every penny of that $30. He comes with some great accessories, bunch of interchangeable faces, interchangeable hands. He comes with two different hair sculpts, the regular Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan 2 one, so that is really cool. He has some great articulation for him being a smaller figure. The paint and sculpt is very well done on this figure, just a little bit of paint bleeding on the wristbands. The two problems I have with my figure is the waist joint being really loose, and then at the bicep swivel, whenever I turn it, his elbow joint seems to pop off. That's the only two problems I have with this Gohan figure. Other than that, it is a great figure. Definitely pick it up. I got mine for $30 at agelessgeeks.com, so head over there if you would like to get your Gohan figure. You could also join the Ageless Geeks Facebook page. That's Alex's group, the owner of Ageless Geeks. You'll be the first to know when figures are up for pre-order, so you get first dibs on them. You could be in direct contact with Alex himself also. And then if you live in California, you could always hit up Frank & Sons. Go to booth number 632, which is Alex's booth, the Ageless Geeks booth, and you could get your figures and collectibles there for great prices. But anyway, guys, that's my review of the Dragon Ball Z SH Figuarts reissue Super Saiyan Gohan figure. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, you can go beep yourself. Alright, everybody, I'll see you later. But he comes in the basic Tamashii Nations package, blah blah blah. But Gohan comes in the basic Dragon Ball Z Figuarts packaging right here. From agelessgeeks.com for hooking me up with this figure. And if you will... And then he gets he comes with 6 interchangeable faces, and then he also comes with 6 interchangeable hands, and then he comes with that cape like that Piccolo has. The Super Saiyan Gohan figure stands at 4 inches tall to the top of his hair, and he stands at 5 inches tall to the top of his... Did I just say top of his hair when I meant to say head? What the fuck? The Super Saiyan Gohan figure stands at 5 inches tall to the top of his head, and he stands at 5 inches tall to the top of his hair. The Super Saiyan Gohan figure stands at... I almost said 6 inches, what the heck? Then he stands at 5 inches tall to the... Last time!